Hi friends, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudoku and Puzzles. Myself Ashish, and today I'll be covering a Sudoku variant called Untouched Sudoku, or it is even called an Anti-King Sudoku. So the Sudoku that we'll be solving today is constructed by Deb Mohanty, and Deb is an excellent author that India has ever produced. His Sudokus and puzzles are so well constructed, and he has authored many national and international championship as well. So he has even contributed Sudoku and puzzles to World Sudoku Championship 2019 that was held in India, and many other online contests held in Logic Masters India website. So the Sudoku that we'll be solving today was featured in Sudoku Mahabharata contest that was organized in Logic Masters India website. So I'll add the link in the description below for the contest page, as well as the link of the online interface of the Sudoku that we'll be solving today. Right. So before going to the actual Sudoku, we'll be seeing some tips and what are the things that you need to keep in mind while solving an untouched Sudoku. Right. So according to the rules of the untouched Sudoku, the rules are quite simple. You need to place digits from 1 to 9 in each row, each column, and each 3 into 3 box without repetition. That is usual classic Sudoku rules. And apart from that, whatever number you place in the cell, the surrounding, so that number cannot appear in the 8 surrounding cells. So even diagonally, in other words, the number that is being placed in any cell doesn't repeat in row and column, but it does not even repeat in the diagonal cells of that number of that cell. So if at all example, if you have a 3 here, you cannot have a 3 placed in any of these two cells as well, right? So that is what is untouched Sudoku. So with that, we'll continue with the tips here. So in untouched Sudoku, you usually come across some of the notations here are. So for example, if you have 2 in one of these two cells, then you cannot have 2 in these two cells, right? Because whatever you have a 2 here, both of these cells cannot have a 2 because of the untouched rule. So the same number cannot touch even diagonally. That is what the untouched rule means. So whenever you have such case that when you have a possibility of a digit in two adjacent cells, then the neighboring two adjacent cells will never have that digit, right? Whenever you have such case that you have the possibilities of 2 in the two cells between, you have a one cell in gap in between, then this cell cannot be a 2, right? These are some basic notations that you usually come across in an untouched Sudoku. So if you have a 2 here, both of these cells won't have a 2, right? So if you have a 2 here, both of these cells won't have a 2, right? And some of the Sudokus that I have seen, some untouched Sudokus, if you see, we have some kind of advanced logic. So let us assume that you have a 9 here already, right? That is a given here in a Sudoku, and in an untouched Sudoku, these both cells cannot have same digits. So if at all you have a 3 here, this cell cannot be a 3, right? So you can immediately mark that thing. It is because of this 3 here. Let us assume there is a 3 here. I'll just remove this 3. So let us assume that you have a 3 here. Now because of this 3, all these cells won't have a 3. These 3 cells because of the classic rule, and this cell because of the untouched rule. Same way, if you have a 3 here, right, these 4 cells, so these 4 cells also won't have any of the number 3, and this box won't have the number 3 at all, right? This is one of the these kind of logics you will usually get used to when you solve quite a few number of untouched Sudokus. It just comes with practice, right? So whenever you have a given digit in the middle cell of the box, a 3 into 3 box, then these two digits or these two digits or these two digits, so I'll just mark that here. These two digits won't have same numbers, these two digits won't have same numbers, these two digits won't have same numbers, and these two digits as well, right? Because of the untouched property, right? And let us assume now you have a 9 here, that is a given here, right? A given number here, 9, right? So whenever you have this thing, you can make sure that these two digits cannot be same, because if you have these two digits as same, because of this cell All these digits cannot have the same digit because of the untouched property and as well as the classic rules, and because of this cell, all of these digits also cannot have the same number, right? So except the 9 here, even in that case, right, even in the case earlier we saw, you can have a 9 if the 9 is given in the middle cell. So whatever you have the number in the middle, those two cells can have that number, but apart from that number, none of the other numbers can be repeated in those two cells. And even in this case, these two digits can be 9 but cannot be anything apart from 9, right? Because if you have these two digits as same digits apart from 9, you won't have that number to be placed in this box, right, because of the untouched property. So these are quite a few things that you just have to look out for the patterns in untouched Sudoku. If you're solving a tougher one, a tough untouched Sudoku, then these kind of properties are usually to be seen. And some Sudokus I have seen usually start with such logic. So these are very difficult and very narrow to be seen, right, during a competition one. And now the Sudoku that you are seeing here in front of you is the untouched Sudoku, and which is constructed by Deb Mohanty. So he's quite really I would say he's one of the best solvers India has ever produced, right? His Sudokus are really great. So with that we'll start solving this Sudoku. So if you see the theme here, just the middle 5 rows are with numbers, and that too in a very beautifully designed way. The pattern, if you see, is very beautifully designed, and the first two rows and last two rows doesn't have any digits in it, right? These kind of Sudokus are really attractive to be seen, and it really gives us a motivation to solve such kind of Sudokus. The way these have been constructed, it really motivates us to solve such good looking Sudokus, right? Visually they are very attractive, right? So with that we'll start solving this Sudoku. So if you see here, you usually have to look out for the numbers that have the row or column that has more number of digits already placed. So if you see the row 4 and row 6, you have 5 digits already placed. So in row 4 the other 4 digits are 4, 5, 6 and 7, right? So 4, 7 cannot be here, so it has to be 5 and 6. I'll mark the other digit other way. 4, 5, 6 and 7, right? So 5, 6 and 7 is here, which means 4 can only be here. So 5, 6, 7. So 5 is already here, it has to be 6 and 7. And 5, 6 is already here, which means this has to be 7. Which gives you this as 6, this as 5. A very good solve. I mean to say good start of this Sudoku. Same way if you see the row 6, 3, 6, 8 and 9. So 3, 8 and 9 are already here, which means this has to be 6. And 8 and 9 are already here, which means this has to be 3, and because of the 9 here you will have a 9 here and an 8 here. Excellent. And so if you see, there are 3 digits remaining in this box, which are 1, 2 and 7. So 1 and 7 cannot be here, which means this has to be 2, and the 7 cannot be here because of the untouched property. So same way as the 1, 1 cannot be here because the untouched property. So 7 cannot be here, which means the 7 has to be here and the 1 has to be here. And these 2 digits are 8 and 9. So you have an 8 here, which means this has to be a 9 and this has to be an 8. Easy start, right? A very good flow. And if you see here, this has to be 4 and 5. You already have a 4 here, which means this has to be 5 and this has to be 4. Superb, right? This was very good. This had a very good start, very smooth solve, I would say. And with that we'll continue with the, so there is no other possibility now. We'll try to continue with the 3rd row and the 7th row, or the columns 2, 4, 6 and 8 columns, because you already have 5 digits placed there, right? But you have only 4 digits placed here. But why I am going with the rows here rather than the column, because there is a reason here. So these kind of things, these small things are usually more important when you are speed solving. Where to look for, which row or which column to look for. You don't have to waste time in such cases, right? Because you are speed solving, you are in a competition mode, and the faster you solve, the more points you score. So why I am going for the 3rd row is because you have a quite a few number of there is a whole row, 4th row that is filled here, and because of the untouched property we might be able to eliminate a few cells and will be able to fill few digits, right? So because of that I am going with the 3rd row rather than the columns here, because column has 5 digits and row has only 4 digits filled, but still I am going with the 4th row, 3rd row I would say, because of the numbers near to it which are already fulfilled, and those will help us to eliminate due to the untouched property. And because if you see here, there are no numbers near to it, so it won't help us much here. So because of the untouched property, it won't help us much. So let us see with the third row. So the numbers here are 1 3 5 7 and 4, 1 3 4 5 7. So 3 7 5 4, which means this has to be 1. Sorry. So 3 4 5 7, 5 is already here, 7 is already here, which means this has to be 3 4. So 5 is already here, 4 is already here, which means this has to be 3 7. And if you can see, because of this 5, both of these cells cannot have a 5, and because of this 5, this cell cannot have a 5, which means this has to be 5. And because of the 7 here and the 4 here, this has to be 3. This becomes 4, this becomes 7, right? So as I said you, the untouched property is very much helpful, very much helpful. Same way, let us go with the 7th row. So 1 3 4 6 8, right? 4 8 3, which means this has to be 1 6. 1 3, so 4 6 8. So 3 1 8, this has to be 4 6. 8 6 4, this has to be 1 3. So 4 6 8 1, so this has to be 3. So because of the 3, we get a 1 here, a 6 here, a 4 here, and an 8 here. Excellent. So what the if you see how the Sudoku is smoothly flowing, right? How it has been constructed. So it is really excellent to solve such kind of Sudokus. Very smooth solve. You are not getting any problem in solving such kind of Sudokus, right? So it's such a smooth solve Sudoku, and it is really fun to solve such kind of Sudokus, right? So if you see now, now we can go with the boxes here. So 1 2 3 7 8 9 boxes. So if you see here, 1 has to be in one of these two cells, because the 1 and 1 here. I will just go on faster here. If you see, 7 would have to be here, 3 would have to be here, 9 would have to be here, right? And same way, 8 would have to be here, and 4 would have to be here. So you got a 4 7 pair here, right? A 4 7 pair here, which means this cell will have to be 1 and 2 pair, right? And okay, same way, let us go with the other possibility. So again, if you see that logic, the earlier basic notation has helped here, basic logic. So if you have a 3 in one of these two cells, both of these cells cannot be a 3, right? So if you have a 3 here, you will eliminate a 3 from both of these cells, or same way if you have a 3 here, which means 3 has to be in one of these two cells. And if you see 4 and 7, so this column will have to have 4 and 7 in these two cells, right? Which means you already have a 4 here, this has to be 7, this has to be 4, right? And these two digits will have to be 3 and 5 in any order, right? So 3 and 5. And if you see, 1 has to be in one of these two cells, 6 and 8 and 6 8 and 9. Because of the 6 9, 6 and 9 will have to be here, and this has to be 8. And if you see here, you already have a 8 here, which means this has to be 1, which has to be 8. And because of the 8 here, you get an 8 here. Okay. And if you see here, because of the 3 5 pair, you cannot have a 5 here. Same basic notation, basic tip, which means 5 has to be in one of these two cells. So this cell will have to be 6, right? No other possibility in this column, which means this has to be 9, this has to be 6. And the two digits here are 2 and 5. So let us mark that here. And which means this has to be 6 again. Okay. So if you see this box, we can fill 4 digits here. 2 5 8 and 3, 2 3 5 8. So 3 and 5 are here, which means 3 5 has to be in one of these two cells. And because of the 3 here, this has to be a 5, this has to be a 3. And these two digits will have to be 2 and 8 in any order, right? So let's see that. So if you see the 2 here and 2 here, 2 has to be in one of these two cells. So 5 here and 5 here. Okay. 3 and 3. So 3 has to be in one of these two cells, right? And 6 and 8. So 6 has to be in one of these two cells, and 8 has to be in one of these two cells, right? So and because of the 6 here, you can eliminate 6 from this cell and you will have a 6 here, which means this has to be 9 and this has to be 6. Okay. And if you can see here, because of the 7 here, you cannot have a 7 here, and 7 has to be in one of these two cells, and you already have a 7 here, so which means 7 has to be here. And because of the 7 here and 7 here, you need to have 7 in one of these two cells. And because of this 7, this will be a 2. See the way the Sudoku is flowing, right? All because of the untouched property in the previous row, or you are able to just fill the digits so smoothly. And because of the 3-5 pair, you can immediately mark the 3-5 here, and because of the 2-7, you can mark this 5 and 2. This has to be 4 and 7, and this has to be 4 now, which means 1 and 9 are remaining, and 9 here, you will have a 9 here, which gives you a 3 here and a 1 here, which gives you a 5 here and a 3 here. Excellent. So which means this has to be a 1, which gives you a 2 and 1 here, 8 and 2 here, and this gives you an 8 here, and the 2 digits here are 4 and 9, right? Which means this has to be 9 and this has to be 4, right? With that, we complete this gorgeous untouched Sudoku. It was an excellent solve, such a smooth solve, right? These kind of Sudokus are so much fun to solve. You don't have to worry about bifurcation or anything, or you have to guess here. So it is purely logical and such a beginner friendly Sudoku, right? The rules are quite simple. So I would really suggest you to check out the contest page by Deb Mohanty. All of his Sudokus are excellently themed, beautifully solved path, and I would really suggest you to check out the contest page. I'll add the link in the description below. And if you like the video, do subscribe to the channel, and don't forget if you want us to solve any other Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre. Thank you.